This is ASMR. No, I'm just kidding. No.
This is incredible.
This is... Who are you? How'd you get in here? Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My name in the real world is Chris, but that's meaningless to you all. If there's anyone else
we were
here.
not gonna...
Well, I don't have to say your name, but whatever. Okay. We don't have to use that, though. I do have a little-known Twitch channel called Crichton, Kriton 657. But...
Those are your running lottery numbers.
Those are... Yes, I'm very wealthy. No, those are... that's a channel I used for another friend of mine who had a Twitch once, who I doubt any of you would know, but his name on Twitch was misconstructed. But I was on his channel for a little bit, cameoing every once in a while, and now I'm here. I move really quickly.
Hello. You smell like cheese. Okay, no.
Nice to see you too.
No, that's my name. You smell like cheese. You can call me. You smell like cheese.
Okay, I'll call you.
If that was a thing, I would have done that. Would have been nice.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
What is this?
This is the I don't know what this. Okay, yeah. Okay, we've been doing inside jokes. This is the Stanley parable. I know next to nothing about this, except like there's a guy named Stanley. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. This is gonna be a short-ish stream. There's no AC in here, and I'm doing that thing with my hands. I'm waving my hands. Okay.
So I've told you this before, but when you're streaming without a camera, you can't move your arms or anything because nobody can know what you're talking about.
I can move my arms as much as I want. I see, look, they can hear me. Okay, why am I doing this? This is weird.
They can hear you gyrating, but they can't see it.
Have you played the... No, I have not. All right. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely...
It's pretty barely.
It's pretty barely. Please enter... Oh... 847.
We also normally have, as you all know, we're a very successful streaming duo, and so we normally
this is our first reunion since we were squeakers.
No, hold on, no, but we're very successful, and we have our own studio and our very own, we have eight butlers each, and but
they forgot how to buttle.
We're undergoing renovations, so we now have to run this out the back of a Walmart, and so if you hear a lot of background noise,
it's because we're at Walmart. We're on the display computer at the counter, looking inconspicuous, kind of like Baja Blast, like Operation Baja Blast.
What is Operation Baja? Wait, what?
It's when they went in with a backpack full of like a drink carton, and then they went and got a bunch of Mountain Dew Baja Blast from like a Wendy's or something, or it was like a 7-Eleven.
I thought Mountain Dew Baja Blast was only a Taco Bell.
Oh, it was a Taco Bell. Okay, yeah. So
anyway, we're American and we're at a Walmart. If you can find us, we'll give you a prize.
Give us a gift card. That's your prize.
Yeah, you can give us the prize.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So begin the game. I don't know what's going on here. We may have to move this over.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want my snowball getting hurt. That's my microphone. That's not some... Never the end is never the end is never the end. Loading never...
Oh, the end is loading.
Click. Just... I don't...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ripping, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
It's like sleep paralysis. Oh.
Oh, that's you. That's you. Your control. Your control.
I'm on
you.
TV.
You're Stanley
Okay,
now.
so what do I... Oh. What am I doing? There.
I hate Mondays, am I right?
Yeah, well, today's Monday. I'm having a good time.
Oh.
I had cake this morning
Good for you.
for breakfast.
I had some coffee.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I know what you should do. You should.
I should proceed.
You should proceed, or you can either sit. You could do that, or you could sit back down and go back to work like a good employee, and just trust that all will be well in the end.
All is good in the world. Hello, Zeus. I did not know that Zeus would be here. Hello, Zeus. This guy's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I don't know what you mean by trace, but there's pencils here. People use pencils. Okay.
Ah, that's clever.
There's,
Trace with pencils, with writing utensils.
Damn you. Yeah. Go. A thing happened.
You turned off a computer.
Okay. I know next to nothing about this game, so
Wait, read the cup.
I just know that like
Go back to that cup right there. What does it say?
it says
No.
who farted. You know.
I love these
Okay,
cups. Classic cups.
Yeah. Okay. What does it say? Fud.
Fuel.
Fuel.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the worst mug I've seen. I don't know if the worst mug I've seen is safe for Twitch.
There's a cup behind you. What does it say?
I hate
Oh, it's
Mondays.
another I hate
so
Mondays.
It's just gonna be like generic stuff. Yeah, I can't go in here. This is like some back rooms. Shit. I don't know if you kept up with that.
I do know it. I watched a video about it recently. I went on a binge. And
When
saw
Stanley
the
came to a
series.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh. It's up to you now.
Do I want to go for like the normal? I know there's like a normal ending. There's got to be like a normal ending. Do I do what he says or do I disobey him?
Ooh. I feel like if you weren't streaming, I would just see what the normal ending is. But if you are streaming,
we could do this again.
We could. Do
I don't
this
know
again.
how far we're gonna get in this today.
I'm feeling subservient. Why don't you go left?
Okay. Oop. I mean, we don't have to be subservient the whole time. There's got to be like some ways to.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Can I edit this? See if you can edit.
Tomorrow. Complete today's.
Future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now.
Get Chris out of the broom closet.
Alright, go. Do it. Everyone is unique. You most of all. There's only one of you. But there is 400,000 million. Them. I don't know. You go in the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Hey, don't get passive-aggressive with me, mister. There is definitely... Well, it's a broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No, there is definitely a reason to still be here.
It's like glowing thing up top. Is that important? No.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
No. What is that say?
Fuck off.
Oh. I see.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
I'm...
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I want to be here. There's something here. If I stay here long enough, he's gonna like probably blow me up or something. I don't know. I'm drinking my water.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
There may not actually
If
be
I'd said
anything in here.
Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Key where?
Up top? That thing sticking out of it.
It's a wrench.
Oh, it's a wrench. Everything's translucent here.
Maybe to you
It's
this
making
is
me think
somehow
these are
its own branching path.
Is it?
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
No, I find you concerning, mister.
Can you do that accent? Can you...
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Uh-oh.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Well, that's mighty
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Oh, so this is the new...
I don't know. I feel like I'll get an achievement with this when this is done.
This is the new player that came to take away your body and then continued playing the game. You know, I did. This is a tangent, but when I was in college, I went to a talk from a guy who was defending his thesis in philosophy that was on like video gaming, and it was on like the narrative structure of video games, like first-person linear gaming versus like open-world sandbox gaming, and that I'm sure that this is a video game, and
is
so
he done?
There are connections to be drawn. I'm done.
No. Is the narrator done?
Maybe.
I feel like it. Oh well, screw it.
You're done. Yeah.
Second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
He walked upstairs.
Man, the sound is the thing is cutting off.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Okay, let's see. So do I obey? Do I keep obeying?
Ooh. I'm still.
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty subservient still.
All right, fine.
I don't know which one's is. Oh, that's my selection. There you go.
Okay.
What does that say?
Executive bathroom.
Oh,
I have to.
that's a nice bathroom. Oh my god, there's so much space in that bathroom.
They've got a copy of I'm.
What does it say on the wall?
Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. Merry Christmas. Okay, sorry.
Look, there's so much space in that bathroom. There's a whole corner there that's unused. You could fit like 3 families in there.
There's gotta be something in here.
People are talking about like overpopulation and like, you know, these giant cities. Like easily 16 families in that bathroom.
Yeah.
There you go. We've solved the housing problem.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Have you tried looking in the
Shocked,
mirror?
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Okay.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
See a thing.
It's right there.
Oh.
Ooh.
My ears. Loading. Okay.
There's that.
I have to read it.
There's that Walmart ambience for you.
Walmart. Yeah, we.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
This isn't ominous at all.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Uh-huh. Are you still feeling subservient?
How are we gonna know though? What?
Okay, fine.
What mind control facility is?
Fine.
Let's see.
Okay, let's press it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
More tests. So.
This looks like Cerebro from the X-Men movies.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There you go. It's already off. No, it's already offline.
I want to turn it on.
Oh, it's in that room on the right. Facility power. So this is all, presumably the executive bedroom.
Hi, Pip. So, do I derail the things or do I go normal?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I am bad at making decisions.
I kind of want to do a run through of like listening to it, or entirely like following commands or whatever.
Sure.
And then.
But it's still gonna be tempting.
Oh, of course.
I hope we have enough time.
I think it's almost over. I'm assuming.
Well,
I
I
have
hear
no
it's
idea.
like an hour long, so.
It's an hour
But
long.
maybe.
Oh, it's a lot of branching paths.
Yeah. Unless if I did it.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Certainly.
Was it over?
Maybe then we could try a different path.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What happens if I turn around?
Okay, wait. We're like about to finish. Come
Are
on.
we?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Then Stanley went to Applebee's. Beat the guy.
That's all she wrote. That's it. That's the first playthrough.
All right, guys. You know what? It was a good stream. that was 3.
Oh wait, that's it. Oh, it restarts.
Okay. For some reason, I thought like the whole thing would have been like an hour or something. Maybe the whole thing is like an hour.
Maybe there were several branching pathways.
Maybe.
All right, that was. I'm giving you free reign.
Free reign.
To be subservient or not.
I want to go back to that broom closet. You know me.
I know you and your broom closet.
Yeah,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I wonder if it's the case that like the subservient ending is actually the happiest ending, and that is pretty deep actually. Like, what does it mean to be happy then? Is it, like
no.
no? Let me say one
Okay,
more. So
fine.
the meaning of
When
happiness
Stanley came to a
versus,
set
like,
of 2
being
open
told
doors,
what to do
he
in
entered
life
the door
versus
on his
being
left.
independent but maybe less happy. I'm done. That's it. That's all I got.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire.
wondering what the audio is
I don't know why you're trying all these doors when you obviously would know. Where
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Sounded like a cue to me.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Who do you think the narrator is? Do you think the narrator is actually you?
I wonder if there's a narrator ending.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I bet you this can be one. I don't. You're not gonna trick me, game.
I don't know. Do you think you're smarter than this game?
I don't know. Alright, game. I'll bite.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
No. Sorry.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What did that sign say behind you?
What? Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. You should know better. I'm not a liar. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000.
The cargo list?
Yeah.
You're really mad.
I'm really mad.
Why are you so mad?
Yes. Okay. Alright.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes.
Very
powerful.
I'm in awe of your power.
I'm very powerful. I'm very powerful.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'll sell propane.
I'm in awe of Stanley.
I am.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What do you think Stanley looks like?
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
See, guys? Speedrun tactics.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh my god.
So what do you want me to do too, huh?
This game's been talking to me. It's not made for anyone else, it's made for me. Oh.
That's her, Stanley.
What?
You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I'm a real person.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What?
I guess I'm second.
Excellent.
Cracking.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay, are we paying attention?
No.
No.
Ah, welcome back.
Excuse me?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I'm gonna pick up the phone now. I don't want to go that...
Is there any way to not go that way? Go. Is there anything above you? Oh yeah. Maybe you can climb up there.
Okay, I think I'm supposed to go this way. Okay.
Okay.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
You overestimate me, sir. Okay. Where are we going? There's like literally no branch off here.
Well, they said we weren't
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Or I can stay in the lounge. This is a nice room after all.
Hey, did you get that Broom Closet ending? That was my favorite ending.
Yes, it was. It was the best. Okay. You can't jump. Okay. Well, an achievement. Alright, I guess I'm going back out. I guess we're doing this again.
Well, we aren't
Now
allowed to
remember, all you need to
choices
do is
anyway.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're back.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps
yeah.
we're not too late.
Come on.
The contradictions catching up to us.
Alright, fine.
Oh, narrator?
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the other? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Do it.
Don't do it.
No. Do it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
I am.
Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Oh.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, clearly.
Uh,
Right
anything?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Wait, I think we might
Feeling
be
a
on.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
We might
go
be
up
back
to
on
his
track.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh.
Oh, the broom closet's locked.
Oh.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Very interesting. It's no longer a bathroom.
Yeah, the executive bathroom is gone.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown.
And to remove the
He drew a
headphones.
sharp breath
Let me see what he sounds
and
like.
then spoke the code.
Hello. Please. Night Shark 1257. Is my mic on?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark.
He spoke it
115.
into the receiver,
Hello.
right there on the wall.
Is the game using my? I don't know.
I don't know if it's meant to use the microphone.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story.
How?
This is a crucial step.
How do I do it?
Night Shark.
Night Shark.
One.
Okay,
5.
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley?
Wow.
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
Beat the
Can you
game.
hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you.
That's
It needs
beating
you
the
to
game?
make a decision.
Beat
It
the
cannot exist
game.
without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need
No,
you
you
to take
won't.
that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything.
Thought this
This
was
is more
like
important than
Source
you could ever
Engine. Maybe
know.
they remade it in Unity.
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Take as much time as you need.
Yup.
Maybe you're the narrator.
I wanna like. That would be cool. Like if like in 20 years you could just like sort of like have a reverse game to this.
What is it?
Like you speak
Have her-
and then the thing does.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to try something.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
So you're trying
What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, we haven't seen what's down that way yet.
Well, there's one more thing on it.
Okay, okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's see what happens if I can...
Oh, yeah.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Are you able to jump at all? Like, is there a jump button?
No, there's not.
Oh.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
Huh?
Is this Stanley's office?
Okay, what?
That was different. Huh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, you know, let's go this way.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay, that's great.
Do you think it resets every time you, like,
I don't know.
close the game and reopen it? Or is this just going to be stored in the game's memory?
Probably reset if I close it.
Jeez. This is some high art.
Okay.
You haven't gone down yet?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
Stanley, it's
And as
called the
Stanley
Rapture.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yo.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
That's a good feeling.
The fresh air of a world outside this one.
Mattress. I don't know.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
At least
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I'm breathing
Everything
normally.
will be fine.
I'm not thinking about breathing.
I am okay.
You're making me thinking about breathing now.
I'm making everyone thinking about breathing. Hello.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hello?
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh my God.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Well,
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
awesome.
That was depressing.
You beat the game? We beat the game?
We beat the game for a third time.
Beat the game.
I think.
Yeah. Let's see. How long have we been going here? 54 minutes. Okay, let's go a little bit more. Or what do you think?
Yeah, we can go a little more. Maybe.
Okay. We do one more ending?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think I know the ending.
Let's see.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So supposedly the game remembers everything we've done up to this point, so...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I want to go in the broom closet.
Oh, go back into the bathroom. That's the same. It's such a spacious bathroom.
Wait, this is different.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
You're leaving.
Hello. Excuse me? Business strategy, wow.
Yikes.
I didn't even know this was here.
Yeah.
Getting there. Alright.
So long. Elevator, right? Oh, here we go. Ah,
Excuse me.
of course.
Alright, we'll go down. Alright, I'll be patient. These balls are absolutely...
Okay, nice, relaxing break between maps in this game.
shaky.
It's so long to ride down.
I think it's stuff last time There's gotta be something. There's gotta be something. Something happening?
How long
Oh,
are
is the
we?
narrator singing along?
How long are we willing to wait here? He is, yeah. He's scatting. He's scatting along.
Is there some punchline?
This is quality entertainment.
Okay, you know. Alright, I don't think there's a punchline.
Maybe that's for the boss who likes to pretend that he works in like a big skyscraper. He just has a fake elevator.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, This keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What do you think?
I don't know this.
What do you think the pin code is?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Try... yeah. Ah, man. Try backwards.
2845.
Try the corners, maybe? That's not what I was talking about.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
Oh,
and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Alright.
I loved that he was scanning along. It was incredible.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
They haven't done that one yet.
I have a better idea,
Okay.
I think.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I want to jump off.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
The number is Stanley again 247?
247.
No.
I wouldn't know.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
No.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad
yes.
or content.
This looks like
Walking, eating,
that
working.
Nazi zombie
All
match
of it
from Call of Duty
monitored
Black
and
Ops.
commanded from this
one in the
very
Pentagon?
place. And as the cold
never
reality of
really
his
cared about
past
that.
began to sink in, Stanley
right.
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
5. 5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5. 5.
5.
5. 5.
5.
5.
5.
There's a reference there somewhere. I was hoping I would get the 5 ending.
The 5 ending. The 5
And when at
ending.
last
Okay.
he found the
Come on.
source of the room's power,
You have one
he knew
job.
it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
It's the 5 ending.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
What's the time?
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Nice. I want the 5 ending.
That's it? That's it?
Alright, well, this is all we're gonna do tonight.
This game is so
pounding on my fists.
I'm so thanks for that. I am so invested in this game that I keep forgetting that we're streaming, and that I feel like, you know,
No,
you want to.
I remember I'm streaming.
Oh.
I always remember.
Well, in my case, like, since I'm pretty new to this, like, I want to comment and things, but at the same time, like, I haven't really seen the like Let's Plays of this game before, so I was also just watching the plot.
I intentionally stayed blind on this. I knew the game would probably be something like this, but I didn't know about the narrator. Oh, I didn't know he would have that accent, I guess.
Oh, I had heard that.
I was hoping there'd be like some more like absolutely laugh out loud like endings, and I bet you there are some. I bet you I haven't scratched the surface. I hope I haven't scratched the surface of this. But
I don't know how long this game is.
I don't know. I might do this another weekend. I might do something else another weekend. Thinking. I've got a list. I've got a list here. I'm gonna pull up my list. Oh, that's nasty. Just kidding. Let's see. Oh yeah, I had a list of things to show you. You see how distracted I get?
I see. We'll get back to it.
Anime watch list, next watch. Password for job. I mean, I'm kidding, by the way. Buttcraft. Switch friend code. My favorite individual. Yeah, I have a lot of free time.
What is this? What are you looking at?
I'm looking for the things that I want to stream. Oh. Twitch. That's my Twitch.
And just for some context, I'm looking at him pull up the notes app on his phone and just
maybe
scroll
I
through a bunch
deleted it.
Scroll through a bunch of interestingly named notes.
Oh! Here's random phrases that pop up in my head and dreams. Mystery of the Sky Part.
Wow.
I want to eat a ladybug.
Okay.
Yoshi's middle-aged island. Beef gorilla friends.
Okay, they all sound terrible.
Earth nibble.
Oh, I think that was the worst one.
Super Mario sexy legs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Edgeworth gets his lips surgically inflated and then he comes beating up Edgeworth. You don't know who Edgeworth is?
No, but I think the lack of context makes that even worse.
Boobs on the This is just like note to self. Looks like a dream diary, except like way more concise. Careful there, son, if their love will burn you quicker than a blistering asshole.
I didn't understand a single word of that.
My name is Candy Baby. Oh, and then there's the king of nipples. Welcome to Beef Park. I'm not reading that one.
I can't tell if this is like you just showing me your lists,
or you Professor Hoo-Ha Squad.
Or you reading this to your stream.
Solar-powered mustard.
Oh, that one's pretty good.
Beef seeds.
Oh, I don't know. That one's not good.
Okay, so the context. I was playing Halo once and I misread Sidewinder as Sidewinder. So I wrote it down. She had her Burger King dress on. May the pork be with you. Sea worms. May the Star Wars be with you.
Alright.
There's more. Whoa, this isn't even half.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, there's Sexy Legs 23. A butter restaurant.
23.
Chocolate cheese. meat grenade. A meat grenade. A flaccid taco.
Well, that's like a soft taco.
Do the Born. Vanilla Johnson. Hoo-ha, wooka waka hee-ha. Boot pincher. The Booble Bop. Moose Boy. exquisite lemon. Norwegia. Welcome to Norwegia.
Okay.
Almost done.
Yeah,
I'm skipping some.
we're still
Good
going.
morning in fondue.
I could see that being said in Switzerland.
Who leaves a perfectly good Pootis laying around? Third leg Greg. Mr. Titty Legs. Monkey bear. Oh, that's like a puppy monkey bear. Dude, what is chunging? Well, Longus? D said your what chips? The popcorns. Gordon Chicken Titty. Keep it up by the duck. Colonoscopy, the video game. Oh, here's a meat cannon.
I think that's the real thing.
Oh. Spoonin.
I did really like Norwegia.
Landon Calrissian. Landon Calrissian. What am I doing? I'm not even playing the game.
No.
Wacky toothpaste container. That would be a username. Wacky toothpaste container.
See, the joke is that all of you watching can leave at any point, but I'm stuck here.
Yeah. This is his house. He has nowhere to go. Okay.
No, we're in a Walmart, remember?
Yeah, but
that was the bit.
you live in a Walmart.
Yeah,
House of Walmart.
I live in the back of a converted
booty baby,
Walmart.
Booty baby, booty baby. Pootis 4, the Crystal Grungus. I don't remember this. Help! My cornhole is expanding. My internet is so bad it'll give you diarrhea. I primarily use my iPad as a Reuben.
as a
Reuben.
As a sandwich?
Yes. Would you or would you not squash the Buddhist with your best friend?
You're making yourself laugh so hard I can't really understand everything you're saying.
I know that one's okay. And moving on, laxative gloves. That's I was at a workplace and they had latex gloves. I read it as laxative gloves. Proin. I set my username in a Discord to Proin once. Turns out that is a medication for dog incontinence.
How do you spell that?
Or something like
P-R-O-I-N.
Proin.
That sounds like a dirty word.
Oh, and, yeah. Marriage is like beating the game that is your life, and everything else is just the post game.
Huh.
Morning wood banana split pie. Jeff from Porcupine City. Oh, Dartholomew.
Wait, that's a real thing, right?
Maybe.
I've heard that before.
Meatloaf City. It's getting a little spicy out there. Why did I write that down? Rapid clap. I've gone full corn. Let's go. Wheelchair adventure. Well, this has been an enema and a half.
God. I feel terrible that I'm laughing at some of these.
Why do you sleep with... Why do you sleep with cat food? I don't remember writing 75%. It's like the stuff you have a dream, you write it down. That's what this is. I don't... And like last night I had like Adult Swim Scooby-Doo.
Huh.
Oh, sometimes I dream of Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor, except he's in a Jedi robe and he's got a green lightsaber. That's pretty tame.
Nice. Yeah, that was...
Botox slush. Poop dance. Well, that should have been earlier in this. Assaulted something. Nothing. The anti-farting machine. Wear a tuna bag. Hi, my name is Jack Spandex. Hurricane Love Handles. Jason's. Randy Rockhart. Taco milk. Bovine cuisine. Cabbage ass patch boy. And we're at the end of the list. That one was recent.
Oh my god.
Well, that one was a couple months ago. I've been neglecting this list.
Maybe that's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, hang on. I skipped
Oh,
some.
no. No, you're good.
Shark pant.
One shark pant?
Birthday boot. Futuristic grape. Sphincter mode activated.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're done. Elmo with P. Okay.
Nice.
Alright, the 5 ending. Hello.
The 5 ending.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna end this stream here. Let's... Good enough.
So that was a chaotic mess, but thanks for having me along.
It was a thing.
I think I don't know about you. I think I learned something today.
Yeah, I probably said more than I should have.
Yeah, but you know that's what.
It's how I roll.
It's like they always say, right? It's like the adage goes that when you're playing Stanley Parable, you need to watch your mouth more than your hands.
No, I think I need to wash my hands too. Oh. Anyway, let's see. Is there a raid target? Normally I wouldn't like raid unless I had like an active chat, but I've got person with me, so I might raid.
There are people that have been watching this mess.
Yeah, maybe. I am going. Let's see. I'm gonna go on Twitch here, and then I'm gonna raid. Let's see. And I'll hurry up here. I'll raid this guy because he's awesome. Unless if he's about to end. Yeah, that's fine.
Order for.
Okay, so let's see. We got a raid message. Well, I don't know. Do I need a raid message? Maybe I'll just host them. What say you, number 2?
I don't know what that means, but I think we should tell him that.
Okay, let's pick one from the list. How about we?
Meat
grenade. No.
I like Welcome to Norwegia. Honestly.
Welcome to Norwegia.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay, let's do that. I don't know if anyone's in chat. I will welcome you to Norwegia.
Prepare for landing.
Welcome to Norwegia. I really need to start working on that list again. There we go. Just in case. Yeah. Anywho. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for being here. Cretin.
I don't know if anyone here was here when I introduced myself, but I'm the trusty sidekick for this stream, and maybe you'll see me again. We'll see. Yeah, I have a very not active Twitch account, Crichton657 KRTON, but it is very distinct, and I use it for like one other purpose, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes. Okay.
Trying to be a productive.
I'll see y'all around. We might do this again sometime. Let's see. So
I can't even get on it. What the hell, game?